So first topic of the show, John Morant and Desmond Bane. They have been playing at a spectacular level. You can argue they're one of the best duos in the NBA right now. Memphis is 9-4. Desmond Bane has taken a huge leap this season, something that Riv did not predict whatsoever. Now,
are we mentioning? Are we gonna blow a spot up immediately at starting the show?
About Moses Moody?
You should go first since you're so quick to do it.
No. I'm just curious.
Listen,
I'm just curious because you love to bring up shit I say.
The NBA season
you
is
love
fresh.
to do it.
It doesn't bother me that you bring it up. I'm telling you, you can do it. It doesn't bother me. I tweeted it.
So first
that might
off,
be the worst tweet of all time.
So two questions
Arguably.
for the Memphis Grizzlies that I want you guys to answer. One, are John Morant and Desmond Bane, are they the best duo in the NBA, backcourt duo in the NBA? And number two, what are your thoughts on Memphis so far this season and them being atop of the Western Conference once again?
The backcourt duo question, I mean, we're saying Tatum's obviously a forward. Trey and DeJounte, I would personally lean John Bane.
Why?
Why? Because Ja is better than Trey.
And what?
And Bane and DeJounte
right
is a tough conversation, no doubt about it. DeJounte is extremely complete. That is a very close competition, but I think because Ja
he's not
is
extremely complete. He can't shoot consistently.
Fair enough, but he's been knocking it down to start the season.
3-point shot?
Yep. He's been knocking it down to start the season.
He's been knocking shit down when it matters.
Yeah, for sure. And his mid-range, I appreciate that he actually takes the mid-range shot.
Mid-range is firm.
For sure. But because Ja is better than Trey, I lean that duo. If we're going strictly duos, though, I can't say they're the best duo in the league. There's definitely only a couple that I would take over them. But if we're going off backcourt, yeah, I'd have them number one.
Well, you're definitely not taking LeBron and AD over them, right?
No.
So talk about just duos. Who you taking over? Wait.
Give me 1 second. You've really started this show with some animosity. And I'm going to be fucking frank with you, Joel. I'm going to be frank with you. I'm not appreciating it a touch. So watch it. Because I
just said yes.
Yes, the answer is yes, but we don't need the unnecessary tidbits.
No, it's a question.
No shit, the Lakers are down bad. AD and LeBron are down bad. I'm down
crazy,
bad.
bro.
No, that's, I understand.
So who's the best duo in the league to you right now?
The best duo in the league is Giannis and Drew right now.
Over JB and JT?
They're number two, and it's it's extremely close.
That's very interesting that you would put them up there. Okay. I thought you would have JT and Jaylen Brown first.
I really want to put them number one, but Giannis and Middleton complement each other so well.
You said Giannis and Drew.
I apologize. That's what I meant. Giannis and Drew really do complement each other very well. And they've played some great basketball to start the season. And this is all without Middleton.
Very interesting.
What do you think? Am I wrong in that assessment of best backcourt? You probably can make that argument.
I think best backcourt right now, it can be on one day, it could be Trey and DeJounte. It can be on another day, Donovan and Garland. It can be on another day, John Bane.
If this was the Garland of last year that we saw the stretch, yes.
That's the thing. Like Garland, his eye is fucked up, but still he has to get it going. Like he has to figure it out. But like you see, like even when they played Boston, the potential of those two playing
no doubt
at a great, it's like oh shit. And then Trey and DeJounte, like you see the impact
they've just been
DeJounte
consistent.
has. Yeah, but Ja and Bane, in terms of just like the type of offense they bring, and the fact that Ja is like top 10 in 3-point percentage right now. So the fact that Ja can shoot at the moment, I don't know if that's going to continue shooting at a ridiculous rate right now. And Bane is also, we can all agree, he's going to shoot like this for the rest of the season because he's a shooter. The fact that they bring you that and Ja is just that dominant at 6'3", I think right now you got to call them the best backcourt because of what they can provide on the offensive end. You know, Trae Young's efficiency hasn't been good. You know, offensively, he still has his moments where he makes bad decisions. And you can key in and stop him. DeJounte has saved Trey a lot this year.
No doubt.
But with Ja and Bane, it's like they complement each other so well.
They don't have off nights. It seems as if they just don't
I would probably
have
say backcourt Ja and Bane right now. But duo? Oh, yeah. I like JT and JB in front of them. I like Giannis and whoever, Middleton or Drew in front of them. If MPJ was playing a little bit better, I would say I like the Joker and MPJ, but
MPJ's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, but he's not. I think Bane has been better. So
for sure.
And I think Ja's been just as good. So I think those would probably be the only two in front for me. But to talk about Memphis for just a little bit, you know, they just find ways to just plug in guys and have them play the system. You know, they play so hard, they play gritty.
So it's a system thing.
Memphis is.
I'm asking, no, but it's a system thing that Bane is playing as well as he is.
No, what the fuck?
I'm just asking. I'm asking.
No, it's a system thing with the way they just plug in guys and they fit so well in the system.
Okay.
Desmond Bane's been playing fucking amazing. I did not. I can be the first. I did not see him playing at this rate. I thought he'd be like a 19 to 21. I still do think. You know what I'm saying? I tweeted that, but Bane has been amazing. Bane has been great. You know, it's only been 13 games. You know, so
it's November 12th.
It's November 12th. So you can run your victory lap, but
no, it's not a victory lap. It's just hilarious. Just the disrespect you put on Bane's name. That's all that it is.
I'm just interested to see what they're gonna look like with Jaren Jackson back and how he's gonna adjust their game. I do think though, Dylan Brooks and Steven Adams to a lesser degree, those are gonna be the positions that hurt him. I feel like Dylan Brooks, his shot IQ, like his shot diet stinks.
I'm with you there.
Like he's not that great of a defender for he could do shit like that on offense. And Steven Adams, you know, sometimes he's unplayable in certain series. So I would love for them to upgrade those positions. But for right now, when Jaren Jackson Jr. comes back, I think this team has potential to really make a real push in the playoffs.
Steven Adams' ability to pass is what keeps him on the court, though.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I know what you mean.
Hey.
Ja and Bane are easily the best backcourt duo in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's close. Morant is averaging 29, 6 and 7. Desmond Bane 24, 5 and 5, and
shooting 45% from three.
I remember 2 summer leagues ago.
Damn.
Not this one, but the one last year, summer league, when I was having this conversation with Riv, and I was saying, Desmond Bane in summer league, he looks like a legit playmaker. He's handling the ball. He could take people off the dribble. He can make really difficult passes. And we didn't see that much last year, but this year we're seeing it more where he's having more on-ball responsibility, and he's been able to take that leap in his game as a playmaker. These 2 guys are both top 25 in PER. Ja Morant's 11th, Desmond Bane is 22nd. And before I talk about my top 5 backcourt duos, because I'm not going to talk about duos.
I thought it was duos.
No, it's just backcourt duos.
It is backcourt. I apologize.
Before I get into my top 5, I just want to say this about Memphis. I feel like they were slept on coming into the season, and I overlooked them. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but when looking back at Memphis, I do question why I overlooked them so much, because they have everything you need to trust into a team. The consistency, you have an elite coach, you have an elite superstar player in Ja Morant, an elite supporting cast, fantastic culture, great chemistry, and most importantly, they're all young. This is a team that every player is still getting better. Ja Morant, although he was an All-NBA player last year, he's still getting better. He's taking a shooting leap this year. Desmond Bane has gotten better. And the complementary parts are amazing. They've gotten some good minutes from Jake LaRavia this season, who's a rookie out of Wake Forest. They just have the perfect system and great continuity to where they're one of those teams that everybody, including me, should have looked at as a team that was either going to stay the same or get better. There's a brand new fantasy app. It's called Boom Fantasy. You got over-unders, player props. You got matchups. This player versus that player. That's personally my favorite. And long shots. You can win 40 times your money. And if I'm not mistaken, Joel, NBA is coming soon.
Yes, sir. NBA will be in the app in the next 10 days or so. You know, I believe opening night is October 19th, so we'll have stuff up a few days beforehand. That's going to be fun because we have it every night. You don't have to wait till Monday, Thursday.
Did you get your code? For the League Pass?
I did get my code for League Pass.
I got my code too.
Yep, that's amazing.
That's from 2K, right?
Yes.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's fire.
So if you guys haven't already, download the Boom Fantasy app right now. Link is in our description or in the caption wherever you're watching. They lost more than they gained this past offseason, but just the combination of them being young and those players just getting better and trusting into their development has led them to be one of the top teams in the West right now. They're 22nd in defense rating, but that's going to jump up when Jaren Jackson comes back. When Jaren Jackson Jr. comes back, this team is going to be a top 15 defense again, and they're going to be a legit contender in the West. I think that when you look at teams, everything is pretty much linear in terms of trajectory on a year-to-year basis. Memphis, a couple years ago, were a play-in team. They barely missed a play-in. I mean, they make the playoffs. They lose in the first round in Utah. Then they make the playoffs as a second seed. They lose to Golden State. Now it feels like the West feels more wide open than ever. And if Memphis catches a spark in the playoffs, they have favorable matchups, this team could go to the finals. I am starting to believe in a lot of the Memphis hype because of just how great the team is from a culture standpoint and from the players on this team. Top 5 backcourt duos. Number 5 is still Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Devin Booker is playing phenomenally right now. Chris Paul, his efficiency isn't there, but he does everything else well still. And I don't know why you guys are laughing. I don't know why you're laughing. Is there...
Yo, we were just talking about Chris Paul. That's why. That's why I laughed. And then you said it's still Chris Paul. That's the only reason why I laughed.
Number
he does
5,
everything but score efficiently. Yes.
Number 5 is Chris Paul and Devin Booker. And Phoenix is one of those teams that they're top of the West again.
Yep.
Despite all the questions around them.
No, they're top 5 in offense and defense right now. They're a really good team.
Really good.
Number 4 is Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
He had him. Look, he was going to get mad at me for having them.
I thought we were doing only duos. I have them in my backcourts for sure. Okay. But I thought we were doing strictly duos.
And obviously, this is most of off the strength of Steph.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
It's a firm list.
I do believe that if you take Darius Garland last year versus Mitchell this year and you combine those two players and get the same production, then they can be more up on this list. But I think it's kind of obvious that Donovan Mitchell being more on ball is kind of taken away from Darius Garland a little bit. But you can live with it because Donovan Mitchell is a fantastic elite level player. He's an offensive machine by himself. Darius Garland right now averaging 16 and 8. He's a great floor general, but is he the type of player that's going to take a back seat to Donovan Mitchell and now teeter around the 16 to 20 a game and just let Mitchell take care of most of the scoring duty? That is a legitimate concern, I guess, just for like where they rank in backcourts. Number 2 is Trae and DeJounte. They have been one of the best backcourt duos, the second best backcourt duo in my opinion. There are nights where they are the best. Trae Young is not even efficient right now. And once he gets efficient, this team is going to look way better than they look right now, I believe.
They look good already.
Yeah, they look fantastic right now. And number 1
you didn't give any DeJounte love just now. You want to just sprinkle a little love
Trae
with DeJounte?
was nuts.
No, DeJounte, I feel like I've sing his praises all offseason long.
Wow.
We don't have to kind of dig too deep into DeJounte. We know where I stand on DeJounte. He's a phenomenal player.
About worst tweets that I've had.
6'4".
Sure.
His wingspan is amazing.
At least yours was a tweet. Came on the show. Team Murray at the Spurs. Be out the league. At least yours is on Twitter. All right.
Whew, that was a tough one. That was tough.
I'm also here laughing because my number 5 could be more laugh worthy than CP3 and Booker. Number 5, I have Dame and Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons really has come in. He has been a perfect complementary piece to Damian Lillard. CP3 and Booker, where yes, they've been a model of consistency. I just look at CP3 and I see how much his game has deteriorated on the offensive side of things when it comes to scoring. More importantly, that I see Anthony, I see Damian, the way that they are performing on the offensive side of the ball, and I just like that a little bit more. Number 4, Stephen Clay, for obvious reasons, mostly because of Steph Curry and the way that he has been cooking this season. Absolutely, Steph Curry. I'm part of the fan club. I'm glad that Riv allowed me to join. Klay Thompson definitely needs to get it going. I think that with time, we'll start to see Klay cook up a little bit, but I am more on the worried side than I am on the trustworthy side of Klay Thompson. Number 3, I feel like 3, 2, 1, you hit it right on the head. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Darius Garland struggled up until this point, but it is because of the eye injury. You look at his eye, it looks like Gary Trent Jr. needs to do something when it comes to hand hygiene because his eye is messed up. But Donovan has been spectacular. 31 points. You have the Cavaliers that are one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. He's been amazing. Number 2, Trae and DeJounte. DeJounte has come in and has been stellar. Very complete. You're right. The three-point shot could be a little bit better. It's around 32, 33%. But everything else he's doing at a very efficient clip, I should say. He's getting to the basket with ease. He's facilitating. He's allowing the Hawks to have Trae play off ball, which is what we had anticipated a little bit because of how good of a playmaker DeJounte Murray is and how natural offense comes to Trae Young as well. And then Trae Young, who you mentioned it, has been efficient, but even still, he's been cooking in his own right. And Atlanta as a whole has been playing very good basketball. And number 1, it's got to be Ja and Bane. Ja and Bane have been the model of consistency. You look at the rest of the duos, and some of them will have off nights while one of the others cooks, but Ja and Desmond cook every single night. And Bane has to be the leader for most improved player right now, where he didn't get it last year because Ja. No, but that's. I think he should get
Over
it.
Keldon Johnson.
Yes, he's averaging 24, almost 25 points, 45% from the three. He has been unbelievable.
Isn't Keldon shot up like 10 points though?
He has, but I think Bane was at
Not Keldon.
Bane was at 18, 19
That's
last
Devin
year.
Vassell.
Facts.
Okay.
Bane was at 18,
Devin
19
Vassell,
last year.
You gotta throw his name in there too.
Yeah, Devin Vassell should get MIP.
Fair enough, but at
as
the
well.
same time, you're gonna have the Grizzlies, who are gonna be
They'll
probably
probably
at
be
the
in the
top of the Western
conversation.
Conference, and then he's gone up from 18, 19 to 24, 25. If he can stay consistent, it'll probably be his award to lose.
Vassell went up 12 to 21.
That's impressive.
If he stays there, he probably get it. My first three is Ja Bane,
Yep.
Trey DeJounte, Garland Mitchell. I think we all had the same. My last two is Dame Simons and Steph
I
Clay.
see you.
Why don't you have Damon Simons? That's why I laughed. Now I
Yeah,
remember why
yeah.
I fucking
No,
laughed.
I didn't
Why don't you
know
have
because I
Damon
know you
Simons
had
in
a
there?
little bit of a thing against Simon, so I wasn't
do?
sure.
I don't. I loved Anthony Simons.
Loved ED?
I've been
Past
I've
tense?
been on the Anthony Simons.
Facts, because you
boat.
told me where he went to high school. I forget that's why you
He
know
didn't tell you
love
that.
it. No, facts. You're right. You're
He
right.
didn't tell you that.
No, he asked me.
Oh, he asked
Yes,
you.
he
You
asked
just
me.
couldn't
No,
think of
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend.
It's so weird. This revisionist history. I literally came on the show and said Dame has said Simons is the next superstar guard in line in Portland. I love Anthony Simons.
Love?
Yeah, I love his game. I've been a fan of Simons for a while now.
Then
This
why
is
don't you
not
sing
new.
his praises?
You don't sing his praises. You love
I feel
him
like
in
I'm the one
secrecy.
who comes in and says
Yeah,
Anthony
you love
Simons is
him
a
in
baller.
secrecy.
No, I talked about Anthony Simons more last year.
Same way about Desmond Bane. I feel like I haven't heard you.
Oh no,
really-
that's fresh. That
Haven't
is
heard
very
you sing.
that's
no,
very
Desmond
new.
Bane. I love Desmond Bane, but he's not somebody that I've
You've been throwing around the word love a lot
No,
recently.
because I love their games. But Desmond Bane is not somebody that I thought was going to be at this level. Anthony Simons, back when he was in his second year in the NBA,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be good.
Yeah, nah.
So this is somebody that has been brewing, kind of like Trey Mann, right?
Yeah.
Trey Mann, I've been very high on Trey Mann since he's been a rookie, but I'm not going to come here every week and talk about him. You know, that's not how I roll.
So why CP and Book over Dame? And Dame has been playing. I feel like better than
Facts.
both of them.
Yeah,
and
Dame's
you
been
think
Simons,
crazy.
so? I don't think better than D Book.
I mean, even if you don't, they're like right next to each other. They're neck.
I mean, Simons is a better scorer than CP3, and he's more explosive right now. There's no doubt. But CP3 is still at the top of the league in assists per game.